Right everyone, another potato video. So today I went to town to a pound shop where I got this Coco coir block from the other week, and yeah, I just basically wanted to get another one so that I had enough to pop in a pot with some potatoes. It was £2.50 for this, which is 10 litres, where it expands up to. And according to this, you know, you cut it, you water it, and you just grow in it. It doesn't say you got to add anything else to it at all. It says it's suitable for seed sowing, potting on flowers, vegetables and herbs. pH balanced. And so yeah, suitable for seed sowing, plug plants, potting on, mature plants. Apparently all you need for best results, use with the tomato feed or the multi-purpose feed. Yeah, I mean, I would never have thought that you would just plant in Coco coir pure, unless you're just starting off little seedlings or something which doesn't need anything. But yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, Terry King said he's grown potatoes in a bucket of stones before, and that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, a couple of commenters on my last potato video said, I think Robert said, yeah, if you're going to grow in Coco coir, you've got to be careful that potatoes don't rot off, because it's obviously going to hold on to a lot of moisture. Ali D was quite interested in seeing what happens. I was quite interested in seeing what happens. And now I've bought the Coco coir blocks. I mean, this one, when I saw this one's a tomato and pepper grow cube. So this one's specifically for tomatoes and peppers, although it is just exactly the same as the other one, just a different colour and just has different things on it. But yeah, I mean, I would never just grown in Coco coir. I've added Coco coir to potatoes and tomatoes, you know, as a bulking agent, you know, to make the compost go further. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to mix it with rainwater in a minute, so that's going to have bacteria in it, because I'm only using organic fertiliser. Well, yeah, it's sulphur, I don't know, it's probably not organic, but there might not be enough microbes near to break it down to get it to work, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to add rainwater, and hopefully, you know, that'll be enough for it, because that's all it says to do. I mean, it does say you had chemicals, but I haven't got no chemicals, not liquid anyway. So the other thing that was in the pound shop, well, I don't know if it was a pound shop or a pound stretcher or something, was this bag of multi-purpose Poundland quality compost. So 20 litres, it was £2.50. And I was going in to get these, I saw that, and it was the last bag, so I got it. But that's 20 litres for £2.50, and this crappy Coco coir is the same price, but for half as much, 10 litres, where it expands up to 10 litres, so you might not even get 10 litres. So I'd much prefer compost. So, I mean, look, I had my rucksack with me, so I stuck that in my rucksack, and I carried that one back. But I'm going to mix them two together. So I'm going to grow 2 potatoes in that, with Maris pear, which is second earliest, take about 13-15 weeks to grow. Oh, I look good in there, that nice bit of chili con carne in it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to put 2 potatoes in that with a full amount of nutrients. 2 potatoes in this with only half the nutrients, and that's just because it says it's already got added nutrients and trace elements in it. So I don't want to give this one too much of an unfair advantage by giving it the full back of nutrients. I think half nutrients, you know, we'll see what happens. And then the last container with another 2 potatoes in is going to be the compost, what I took out from the worm farm in my can of worms video not so long ago. And I've just been sieving that, and I've got quite a few worms out of it. I've got maybe, I don't know, at least 100 worms. So what I'm going to do is just pop them back in the can of worms, and this is one of the Super 7s, so I emptied out a minute ago with the, oh yeah, look at that. So there's quite a few worms now. I was wondering what to do with the Super 7. There we go. So, yeah, quite a few worms in there. Relocated back home. Peas, what I just did in the last video. Yeah, so this was compost, what came out from a worm bin, what had been used for either potatoes or something last year, and I just popped it in the bottom tray of a worm farm just to revitalise it. So it's looking a little bit light, so I might just have to top it up with a bit more homemade compost. But yeah, they're going in these 3 slightly bigger pots than the last one. A couple of commenters, a veg plot, said the containers may have been a little bit too small. Yeah, and you're probably right. I'm just a bit stingy on compost. But I've got a little bit more compost in here, what I've been sifting as well. And yeah, the last potato video, I had some what I thought were centipedes, and I put them in with the potatoes, and someone said they're not centipedes, they're wireworm. But I did check the internet afterwards, and yeah, here's one here. Look. Let me see if I can zoom in on this, get it in my hand somewhere. There did it go? Oh, I lost it. Where did it go? There it is, there's one there. Look. Yeah, so in my hand, that little orange thing, it's got legs. When I googled it, it's a centipede, snake centipede. It's just fallen off. You can just grab it. Apparently they do eat worms, but it's trying to hide from me now. Look. They do eat worms, but they'll eat worms and they'll poop them out to create insect frass, which is what that like that Thrive stuff is called. Rob's allotment uses it. I think Duncan uses it as well. Anyone who's serious in growing, I think, pretty much uses it. I've used it in the past, but I was just trying to get away from buying too much stuff. It gets a bit out of hand. In fact, there's another worm there. We'll put him or her back in with the worm farm. So it says add up to 5 litres of water. I think this is about 9 litres in this watering can, so we'll give it half each. I hope he's standing in there, I'm falling over. Right, we'll give them 5 minutes to sit and soak up all that moisture. And then I'm going to try and empty them out into one of these little containers here. See if it's roughly the same as this. And then obviously tip the other compost into one of these. In fact, we'll do that now. We'll see what level it is compared to this one. Yeah, so when you've got your compost, before you open it, get the bag, you can help the lump out of it, and you leave it open. Helps fluff it up a bit. Always try and do the bags at the top like that so I can reuse them. Okay, I'm pretty sure these containers are about 25 litres. So this should go in there quite nicely. Let's have a look. Not getting that split there. Oh, I just remembered I haven't got my bloody microphone on, I hope you can hear me. For fuck's sake. Do you know what? I think I'm losing the plot. I keep forgetting to put the microphone on, forgetting everything. Right, so this is the compost I bought from the cheapest ever shop. Like pound stretcher, something. But it's not the worst stuff I've ever seen, to be honest. Doesn't look too bad. Considering it's cheaper than Coco coir, I think I'd rather have this any day of the week. So yeah, there's obviously a bit more in that than there is in this. So I'll top that up with some of the wireworm infested compost. Right, let's see some ease into here now then. Let's see if it's all completely absorbed by the moisture. And see what the level's like compared to the others. Yeah, it all seems completely saturated. I'll just grab my claw. Don't want to get my hands too gunged up. Grab the other one. So yeah, maybe slightly more Coco coir. Might be interesting to see if it just settles a little bit more. So Coco coir, 100%. Compost, Poundland compost. It actually looks pretty good, to be fair. Be interesting to see. You can't see no fertiliser beads in it, but there's like little light bits in it which could be. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there's a tiny little fertiliser ball there. It's minuscule. And then wireworm compost. But yeah, hopefully mine will do the best. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Coco coir. I'll be mindful that if it's chucking it down with rain, to take it in the greenhouse or something if it gets too waterlogged. But next thing is to do then, get the labels in, get potatoes in. Nearly forgot fertiliser, didn't I? Right, so full fertiliser. It's going to go in my one. Half into this one which has already got some in. And I'm just going to go mix up another load for the Coco coir. The same amount as what's going in to my homemade compost. Okay, so this nutrient's going into the Coco coir. Now all I've got to do is tip them all out, mix it all up and put them all back in again. Right, the containers, all fertilised, they're all filled. We've got the potatoes, actually chitted okay. Got the labels. So let's pop them in. 2 in each pot. And we'll see which one does the best. I wouldn't have thought Coco coir was double the price of that compost, so we're expecting double yield from that than that, which I don't think we're going to get. You never know, we might, hopefully that's going to beat that. Please pop it in the comments what you think is going to win. Have I done it fairly by only giving this one half the nutrients, even though it's got nutrients in it? I'm trying to make it as balanced as possible. But Coco coir, is it going to rot off or not? Is it actually going to grow anything? Will the nutrients even get used up? Is there going to be enough microbes and bacteria in there to activate the nutrients to break it down to make it plant available? We'll find out. You never know. A worm one night might crawl out of here and go into there. There's bloody worms everywhere. Anyway, we'll start getting the potatoes in, but pop whatever you think in the comments. Okay, the Coco coir, we'll get it about halfway down. So second herd is a determinate. Well, most of them are. I think there are some varieties what are indeterminate. So I put that in there. That obviously doesn't need watering. But this compost, although it's from the Pound shop, or Pound Stretcher or whatever it was, for £2.50, that's not bad. Little bag of compost. We'll see how it does though. And then what cost me nothing other than the fertiliser, my homemade compost, which some of it I've actually used twice. So really literally hasn't cost me anything really. I'll give these two a drink of water. They're going to stay out here now unless it gets frosty. I mean, I'll move them into the greenhouse. But yeah, which one do you think is going to win? Hopefully mine, but you never know. This shop stuff might be really good. It actually looks quite good. Or the Coco coir, which is double the price of the other two. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Please think about subscribing. If you've got anything from the video, or if you want to see what happens. And hit that bell notification so you don't miss another video. Thanks a lot, bye bye.